Welcome back, YouTube, to another Fat Guy Builds. Today, we got a Ford Raptor here, truck. We're putting a UPR catch can with all the little extra goodies. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it and what to look out for and all the little tips and tricks. So let's get to it. First things first, pop the hood. This is everything that we got with this kit. So you get 3 hoses with check valves and everything installed. They're already pre-cut to length. You don't have to do anything special. We got this extra baffle adapter. I'll show you where that goes. We got the oil fill breather adapter. It has a like a one-way ball valve in here, so when there's vacuum in the engine, it closes, and when there's pressure in the engine, it opens and the pressure comes out of here. So it's not always just open breather. You get this piece here, which goes to the intake pipe for a vacuum source. And then we got the drain kit here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. I don't want to lose anything, so left in the bag. Then we get some extra O-rings and a sticker. Use a panel popper. They're going to pop these from here. There's one screw where the inlet goes into the box. You're going to use an 8mm and take that out. Once the intake is out, the little funnel tube down here, there's a hole that's shaped like an oval. You're going to put the hardware for the 90 in, and then you're going to tighten it. And when you tighten it, it needs to be face up. Remove that 10mm and that 10mm so you can pull off the engine cover. Use an Allen wrench and remove this plug that comes in the catch can from the factory. Grab the straight fitting, a 15mm, and just tighten it down into the catch can. You're going to slide this black fitting over the hose, and then you're going to jam it onto the straight edge. We're going to remove this here. There's a little pull tab thing here on the back. You pull, lift, and you can spin this one around, pull, and slide it off. And now this piece is off. Put on the catch can with the hardware, get it hand tight. Then what you're going to do is line up the gap between the radiator hose and the inner fender well. Get that pretty much the same. Tighten down the hardware on the catch can. At this point, it should still be loose on the frame. So this way now we can angle it level with the ground and tighten that 17mm bolt on the backside. So level out the catch can, tighten the 17. Take the line without a check valve in it. It's just going to be a solid line. It's not going to have these little check valves. Plug that on the top. This is the dirty line. And then you run it underneath this radiator reservoir, and then under and over to the valve cover, and then you're going to plug it in to the PCV valve on the valve cover till it clicks, and then set this line however it sits nicely. Grab the longest hose here with this valve. The valve is going to point away from the catch can, which means that it will always that's the air flow. So you want the vacuum to pull from this way out, and then this end will be into the intake manifold. So you're going to plug this onto the left line. The left line is this one. So the one towards the front of the car, you're going to plug the longest line with the check valve onto here, route it with that other line, and it's going to plug in to the intake manifold right there. After plugging it in, it'll look like this. Now on the passenger side, the hoses should look like this. They run together and then go back to the catch can. I'm going to use a zip tie or two just to keep everything neat and together. But we're pretty much done on the passenger side, so now we're going to do all the driver side stuff. On the driver side now, you have this hose. It's the same connector clip as the other ones. So you're gonna pull the little blue thing, wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. Damn. Now you're gonna take this aftermarket piece, push it till it clips. Then point it towards the firewall. And then all we're gonna do here is rotate that hose so it lines up, clip it in, done. At this point, you're gonna have one more line left. This one here clicks on to the right side or the side closest to the driver's side firewall. You're gonna run that over here. And then what we're gonna do here is find a spot, mark it, because we're gonna have to drill a hole, add this grommet and this piece, and that will allow us to connect this hose to wide open throttle vacuum source. So when you're wide open throttle, there's a lot of suction here, and that causes a vacuum which will suck oil out of the crankcase. It's recording. All right, bring it closer to this side. After drilling the hole, you're gonna get a flathead and the grommet. You're gonna slide the grommet in on one edge. Then you're gonna take the flathead and you're gonna jimmy in the rest of it all the way around until it's in. Then go inside, just do a couple circles like this. That'll make sure it's fully seated. Then you're gonna grab this with the threads and you're just gonna keep threading this in until the threads bottom out on the O-ring. There you have it. No, keep it. Oh, start a new one though. Now you're gonna take your hose, push it till it clips, and you're done. And that's all there is to that. I'm gonna take some zip ties now, tie up these lines. So at least on the Raptor, I don't know about the F-150, but at least on the Raptor, the hoses interfere with this engine cover, and this is like foam. It's not a plastic. So we'd have to hack, pretty much we'd have to hack here. And I don't think we're gonna do that right now. We'll see if this thing's worthless, then we'll hack it. But if it's worth some money, maybe we'll just clean it up and sell it. Last thing we're gonna install is this PCV style breather. Take off the oil fill cap. Grab this. You're gonna spin it till it seats a little and then just rotate it. And that's all there is to that. Now reinstall your airbox snorkel. So I'm gonna use this tool here. This is actually made for PVC piping, but it works pretty good on this kind of hose. So I'm gonna zip tie my hose to here like this. So I'm gonna cut it just a little bit lower, pretty much at this area here, so I can put on the twist valve here. That way I have enough flex when I go to drain it. So here it is, all done. I put 2 zip ties through the frame to hold it so it doesn't just rattle around. Now, when you want to drain it, you can put some vacuum line on the bottom, twist it in line, it'll open, drain all the oil crap, twist it back 90 degrees, and it's going to be closed. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming and checking out another Fat Guy Builds. Hopefully this saved you some time, some money, and just cost you a little bit of sweat. So, till next time, wrench on.